My favorite WayHaught moment would be the barn scene from season 1. Oh my god, I love that. My favorite. I just thought it was so romantic and sensual and beautiful and it's simplistic. It was so, I just it was really sexy. I loved that scene.
Waverley's perfect day would be yeah, definitely snuggles with Nicole in the morning. Maybe a little what? It's okay, Sunday. Okay. Forgive me.
I don't think anybody cares about my answer. We'll just leave it at that. Keep that image in all your minds.
I can't seem to progress from there. Oh. And actually, when you think about it, that line is genius. I've always wanted to do things that scare me.
Dom, I missed your answer yesterday because I wasn't here on the newlywed panel. What's Nicole's favorite thing to eat was, it was, what was it? What was Nicole's favorite thing to eat was,
pussy? You just want me to say that in a British accent, don't you?
If Tim was here, I would only be picking on Tim, so.
And Waverley's favorite place is Nicole's arms. But I think that's the truth. I do.
Of course.
I would say loves rock climbing, Johnny Cash, and pussy cats.
Also, very sexy.
Really?
Well, when you got your boobs out, I was like, whoa!
My boobs looked good. I was like, they look good, those boobs. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good for you.
They looked good. I was like, girls, well done.
My actual question is...
what happened afterwards?
Obviously when you're on screen and doing an intimate scene and obviously you've got all the crew and everything around you, obviously quite a lot this series we've seen Wynonna overhearing certain things.
It's Christmas.
Well, I'm not calling Doc. I don't need to get laid, that's for damn sure.
What's that like to sort of film, even though you're off screen? Is that still quite
We haven't even spoken about this. This is good because we haven't even spoken about this.
All the sex noises that she overhears? Yeah. No, do you want to know where we did those noises? Alone in a booth in Toronto.
Individually.
With like a couple sound guys on like a Wednesday morning at 9:30. Yeah.
Exactly. A Wednesday morning, that's exactly it. And they're like, okay, so like very awkwardly, like, so now it's actually the scene where, they're Canadians. They're like, it's like it's the scene where, where Wynonna is like overhearing you. So do you want to? And I'm like, oh, so then I'm like trying to make them feel comfortable. I'm like laughing. I'm like, oh, this is going to be really awkward. I don't know what you did or how to make it better because it's awkward.
I think I was just like, this is just going to be awkward. Let's
awkward.
just do it. I mean,
were you first or second? Do you know?
I was.
Us everything. Really good. I genuinely didn't mean that to be sexual. That was probably the biggest challenge for me.
You know, I'm going to say something that might be surprising. I sometimes struggle with how to play our makeout scenes so they're not all the same. Like, I'm like, what can we do that's new? What have we not done? But because I know.
You're going to get a list. Now you're going to get a list of things you haven't done.
Trying to like, I just like felt like I really wanted Nicole to like, the braid felt so like, and I wanted her to be a bit sexier. Like, I was just not sexy enough.
let her hair down a little bit. So, yeah.
Like, we didn't get as many intimate WayHaught scenes this season, and I did miss them. Like, I missed that connection. Yeah.
Did any of you guys miss
Did any of you guys miss that? I don't know. I missed them. I felt like I didn't get to work with you as much towards the end of the season because the character, in different ways we did, but
Different ways, yeah.
I like those the beauty of the scenes, the purity of them is really magical to play.
Totally.
Like, I don't know, would be like, I don't have time, I got other things I gotta focus on. I'd rather like spend it on a trip with Waverly or like take us somewhere.
I don't think we have much money, do we?
I don't There is nobody working at the police department.
Nobody. For her because she's so in love with her job and the people she protects. So it's
And she's so in love with...
she's so in love with Waverly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Her dad was in her life for a split second, and you are the love of her life. So it's like, you know, you are family to her, and much more important in many ways. So I think that in reality, I don't think she would actually be angry at you.
No.
So I think she'd be a lot more hurt if you went.
100%. I hope so.
Right? I
Yeah,
Okay.
this was a great scene, I have to say. And I remember our director, Ron Murphy, I remember he was so like supportive, and we really talked through all the beats that we wanted in the scene, because it's always been super important to Dom and I that we just made the relationship feel super poignant and real, like these characters really genuinely cared about it. It wasn't like a fling, it wasn't, you know, just an attraction and then they would kind of separate, that it felt bigger to both of them.
I scare you. Yes. Yes, you
I
do.
love the writing in this scene too, that line. I love this scene too because I think it has a beautiful balance of like, there's like a sexual electricity, but there's also a tenderness in the scene that just came out so beautifully.
So I know you and Dom have just such great chemistry. I mean, like I said, I literally cannot wait to see fan reactions after the first 2 episodes and what I've seen. So getting back to kind of like, you know, working with Dom in regards to how it is on set right now. So after you guys are doing, you know, like an intimate scene or kissing scene, like, is there different protocols like on set that you have to follow now in regards to that? Or is it just kind of like you guys did the work and now you're just kind of doing what you've been doing for the last couple of years? Like in regards to staying safe on set?
Well, for us, it's really just that we're bubbled. Like we're tested and we don't interact with people without masks outside of our bubble.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so it's basically just that, like we've done the work to ooh, there's a big storm rolling in. I don't know if you can hear it.
You guys were asked how you would like to see that wedding, especially you, Catherine, and you know, you had mentioned it was so beautiful on the homestead with all these flowers, and Melanie, you were like, no, too many terrible things happen. But Dominique, you weren't there.
I know.
So you kind of have to like settle the score now.
Okay, but can we just recap
No,
what I missed?
we should not recap because we want to hear your genuine answer.
Says, you can recap because
I am your sister. We live in the same house. I can make things difficult for you, but just.
Are you saying that
I am your lover. We will soon live in the same house, and I can make things difficult for you.
God, I'm so lucky.
And that scarf, man.
Oh, you know how many Twitter handles are made just from this one show?
Just for this one shot.
Scarf.
But I remember with Dom, this was the first time, you know, we had to really be like, okay, so what are you comfortable with? Like, how, is there anywhere you don't, you know, that actor conversation that you have where you're like, is there anywhere that you don't want to be touched or you don't like, or anything you don't want me to do? And we sort of like agreed on where we were both at, and then the rest was just free reign to kind of improvise around it, which I think I'm really proud of this scene. I think it turned out amazing. I think it has so many elements and so many little twists in it. This might be one of the scenes I'm most proud of a WayHaught scene that we've done. I think encapsulated all the little moments so well written, so well directed.
You can see the love. You can see it already. It's crazy.
Knowing that it was something more than just a girl you found hot. This was like, no, this person's special.
It's basically just, it's funny though. We were joking the other day, we had a scene where we kissed and after, at the end, they put us into transport to take us back to where the trailers and stuff were. And they were like, oh, no, we have to put them in separate cars because there's like rules about how many people can be in cars and who can be in what cars because it's an enclosed space. And I was like, but we just kissed. But they still, like, there's these kind of gray areas of like, well, that's sort of the protocol, so we're just going to do the protocol, even though, yeah, it doesn't really make sense. We're just going to, so we're working it out, you know.
Hi, I was wondering if you could tell us what was your first impression of each other in real life?
Sure. I was really nervous to meet Kat because it was a big build-up for me. I knew that my girlfriend was coming on the show, and I was like, is it gonna be? And I kept asking Emily and asking the producers, like, who they chose. Yeah, do you know?
Did you know any of the other actors?
Did you know any of the other actors? Like a little British girl who knows nobody anyway, so...
They didn't, like, tell you, or...
No, they just said, we've got this girl who was one of the only people that came in and was just like, so confident.
Really? I literally remember the night before this audition saying to my partner Ray, I was like, I'm never gonna get this. So I think
that's
why
you
I was
got
so
it.
confident, so I was like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, ooh, I'm so excited. And then you turned up when you were getting your hair done, and I was on set filming. And obviously it's all near the beginning, and so I was really nervous anyway all the time. And you rocked up with your cap, and you were getting your hair done, so your hair was all back, and you looked so cool. I was like, oh no, she's gonna think I'm such a geek. Yeah, oh, big time. I'll never forget it.
So Dom said, I just really want to play this sexy, intimate moment, but for real, how I feel it would really go down and the emotions that are really behind it, which are a mix of nerves and fear and slight embarrassment, but also like there's a sexiness to that. And I think it was so brave of you that you said, I want to portray this moment that we've seen so many times in so much different media, but I want to portray it in a way that feels more authentic. And I loved that. I'm super proud of you for making that choice and sticking it out. Thing I want to do for sure. I also think like I would love to do more physical stuff. Like I would love for us to do the obstacle course. Oh. That too? Yeah, we can do more of that too.
I think it's coming, isn't it? Maybe.
I think so.
Surely.
There's gonna be a reunion of some kind.
That was another scene where I was so happy that we did it. I think one of the things that I loved that you brought up so much was to make sure we were thinking about like the emotional journey of it, because the type of sex you have when you're like having a great day and just had a barbecue is different than like full of immense pain and fear and grief and like being reunited. And we were so clear on every beat of that scene.
When you came over to my house, and it was kind of amazing because I don't know if you remember, but we were like having a good time, and then we'd slip in the like. Really sexy,
I do remember that.
And even down to like figuring out, like you say, what positions we were going to be doing.
It was like choreographed. We knew exactly what we were doing, what every beat was about.
The scene that we did on the stairs, I think was just so beautiful because of what we just experienced together, and it just felt like the most vulnerable I've ever felt.
Well, I felt like super dialed in to you and to you. Like I really felt like no one else was there.